Hi guys, today we gonna watch something about Impala's biggest song. And before we started, please, you here watching like this QR code, you can go by it and donate me. It's gonna be good for me because yep, I need a little bit support. Thank you if you will. And you can text here in the donation what you wanna watch, and I will. Okay, let's go.
The Less I Know the Better might be Tame Impala's most successful song, but surprisingly, its creation and its story is very different to how Kevin Parker usually makes music.
But I just recorded it in about 15 minutes. That ended up being just the final version.
And this is despite being known as something
I think like simpleness, it's okay, you know?
of a perfectionist.
For the hours up until mastering, I'm still writing and recording lyrics and editing drums.
This is the story of how The Less I Know the Better became Tame Impala's most successful song, but not how you might have expected. The Less I Know the Better is a song from Tame Impala's third album, Currents. By the time of making this album, Kevin Parker had well established himself as something of a solitary musician, being the sole songwriter, instrumentalist and producer for all of Tame Impala's music. For their first two albums, Inner Speaker and Lonerism, much, if not all of the creative process was done by Kevin, but he did get some technical assistance with engineering and mixing. But for Currents, he attempted to own even more of the creative process, mixing the entire album by himself. And this solitary approach to making music is not something that happens by accident, but rather it's something Kevin really indulges, even to the extent of renting and later buying an isolated house known as the Wave House, so he can
Bro, I want something like that, bro. I want a home like where near is nothing, like you can make noises or something like that. It's pretty cool, no? You don't want that?
create music away from the distractions of everyone else. Naturally then, it's no secret that Kevin is something of a perfectionist, spending months, if not years, trying to make each song perfect. In this respect, Currents would be no different, with Kevin spending time isolated in the Wave House. But in some ways, Currents would be a very different album. And The Less I Know the Better is perhaps the best example of this.
By the way, if you want to see original of this video, it's in the descriptions here. You can watch original or watch me with reaction.
The song began life as normal, with a vocal melody and bass riff just one day coming to Kevin.
It all just came from this demo that I recorded. I don't know if I thought of the like the vocal melody or the bass riff first, the bass riff that starts the song. But I just recorded it in about 15 minutes. I just had the idea, I was like, I gotta record this before I forget it. A minute long or something. That ended up being just the final version.
Everything you hear in the opening, on the final song, is from this demo. The bass is actually a guitar pitched an octave down, anything that sounds like a synth is also a guitar, and the drum loop is just something Kevin had lying around. For the months following this demo, nothing much happened to the song. All he had was this minute or so of music lying around, but he knew there was something to it. Something that's perhaps unique to Kevin's creative process is that he never gets anywhere near finishing a song unless it becomes, at least for a moment, his favourite song.
My thing is like, for a song to make an album, it has to at some point have been my favorite song ever. It has to, like, for at least a day, it has to have been just like my favorite thing I've ever done.
And in the following months, this 1 minute demo of The Less I Know the Better, of course, became his favorite song.
I didn't work on the rest of the song for ages. I just listened to it for months, and by then it was like my favorite little bit. It was like my favorite song for a while.
The only question now was, what could he do with this initial idea? The whole sound of Currents was heading towards 80s music, something that Kevin really loved and was inspired by, but he was reluctant to fully express, not knowing how his audience would react.
It was always music that I was into, but just music that I'd kind of shied away from making because I figured like my world was weird, expansive psych rock. And like if I tried to do more clean, focused pop, I assumed it wouldn't work.
One idea that he had was to create something of a disco song, which kind of makes sense when you consider that this demo was created.
No, but you should experiment. It's a bit even sad to what some persons like they block their creativity by going to frames of genre, you know, like you can do this because how react others, like your listeners, and this is like this is bad for creativity, you know.
And kind of existed as a loop rather than a fully arranged song like he normally would.
To me, it sounded like the Bee Gees or something. And so I was like, I can't use this. This isn't a Tame song.
Another idea that he had was to give the song to Mark Ronson. Kevin had been working with Mark on his album Uptown Special and contributed towards 3 songs on the album. And The Less I Know The Better was another song that Kevin initially gave away to Mark.
I mean, you think of The Less I Know The Better, it's one of the most iconic bass lines of the past 20 years.
But Kevin soon regretted giving this song to Mark, but was unsure how to ask for it back. Eventually, he plucked up the courage and told Mark he wanted to use it for Tame Impala, and Mark, of course, agreed.
So for a while, it was going to be on Mark's album, which is funny because up until then, like, we're going to work on it. I was like, shit, should I have done that?
The song was back in Kevin's hands, but the question still remains, how could this become a Tame Impala song? From past experience, Kevin knew that only 2 things were possible: perfecting it immediately, or taking forever to find the perfect song. On some occasions, like with Feels Like We Only Go Backwards, the vocal was done in a single take on the first go. In other instances, such as some of the tracks on Currents, there would be over 1,000 vocal takes stitched together to make it perfect. Well, The Less I Know The Better would employ both of these ideas.
I was doing fine without you, listen to my heart, rhythm from the road.
The voice recording you're hearing now is me just recording the outro vocal. It's a little bit different because like the first time, just trying to like record something so I don't forget it.
Thankfully for Kevin, this isolated approach he took to making Currents suited him battling against writer's block. Recording Currents found him more isolated than ever before, an ideal setting for Kevin's creative process. Although from the outside, it may seem like it takes months to finish a song, in reality, it may just take that long to find the right moment.
When you write a piece of music,
Moments are kind of... It's it, like, if you're not in the mood, you don't go to do anything good, you know?
it comes from a mood. It comes from like an emotion. And you might not feel that emotion or be in that mood until like months later. Kind of just found it again. And I just wrote the rest of the song in a night.
And so when this moment came along, after months of not knowing what to do with the song, not knowing how to finish it, he actually finished it very quickly.
As soon as I kind of like, you know, cracked it, the whole thing kind of slowed out, you know. I believe strongly in the zone, which is one of those things like I can't get to if I'm not alone.
This is one of the songs on Currents that Kevin estimates might have over 1,000 vocal takes. The recording process may have been laborious, but getting in the zone, finding the right mood, is not something that could have been forced. Something I really like about this song is just how simple it is, especially considering how simple the arrangement is compared to some of his earlier work. The lyrics tell a meaningful story, but let's be honest, some of the rhymes do just write themselves.
She said it's not now or never. Wait 10 years, we'll be together. I said better late than never. Just don't make me wait forever.
I watched a little bit of this video, and when I watched it, and I was like, this rhymes a little bit weird, no? Like, here even all to ER. A little bit strange.
As soon as I decided the song was going to be about that, the lyrics just wrote themselves.
And perhaps most surprisingly, this is one of Kevin's favourite songs, something that he still listens to.
I want 100%. I want to listen to this album. I listened a little bit this song because this video interested me, and I wanted to listen it. But I didn't listen whole song, just a little bit moment, like what vibe this song has, you know, before I listen whole album. And I wanna, to be honest, listen this album. If you want to, just press like, subscribe, write the comments. If you want to share with people, if I'll see active in this video, I'll do react to this album.
Do today.
I have to admit, I do listen to it sometimes. I think it's the song I'm the most proud of. It's so simple, especially for a Tame Impala song. There's not a lot in it. It's so kind of minimal in that way.
Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe.
Okay, bro. You can watch original, subscribe to this person's channel, and that's it basically. Also, please donate. I can watch what you need, like $2. I will watch what you want. So, bye.